Night. Is it real or is it fake? Well, when it comes to fashion finds, does it even matter?
For those looking for a deal, one posted at Walmart might have been the deal of the century, but it's already come and gone. But legal trouble may follow it. Walmart had said these purses were available for $100. Now people online are calling these bags Wirkins because it has a striking resemblance of the Birkin bag made by luxury designer Hermes. Walmart apparently.
We are back. I am your host, Dave, 10-year intellectual property attorney dealing with everything from patents, trade secrets, copyrights, as well as trademarks. And as the gentleman just said, which we'll get back to the video here shortly, seems like Walmart has came out with the Birkin, or the Wirkin, I should say, that mimics the Birkin bag from Hermes. Now, I guess before we get off into it, some housekeeping items, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of the IP community. Now, a lot of people may be talking about this, but I'm going to give you a different perspective from a 10-year intellectual property perspective, and having that kind of background, having that experience to let you know that our Walmart has a good case on their hand to either not get sued, or to the extent that they do get sued by the luxury brand Hermes, that they probably don't have to fork out any money. So I'm gonna give you that. But I guess one of the things I want to start off by saying is I never understand, and please leave a comment in the comment section to kind of help me explain this. Is it that important for people who, for whatever reason, can't afford the luxury items to buy, I guess, the lesser expensive item just because it looks the same, or whatever the case may be? You see a lot with Louis Vuitton where you have those bags, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, and you have people who end up buying knockoffs, whether it's $50, $100, from people on the corner selling them. And those, in that case, you can tell just from feeling the quality of the material that, hey, this is not the real thing, even though it has the Louis Vuitton logo and stuff on it. And I never understood it. Like, do I want a bag that much to the point where I'm going to pay for a cheaper version and essentially a knockoff just to kind of prounce around with, to show people, hey, I got a Louis Vuitton bag that I know is that cheap? I might as well get the Coach or the Michael Kors or something that's still quality and it's the real thing, and it's something within my price range, as opposed to trying to act like I got something that's kind of $5,000, $3,000, when in actuality it's the real thing. I mean, it's a knockoff version of it. So again, this seems like what we have with Walmart, where at least in this sense, they know that they're going to Walmart and they're paying for $100 bag. I guess it looks to be similar in appearance to the actual Hermes bag Birkin, which we know costs $10,000, $15,000. Actually, I put this on my on my Facebook story here a few days ago, and I guess somebody was saying that you can get a Birkin bag for as low as like $500, $600. Is that the case? Do Birkin bags, Hermes sell Birkin bags for that little amount that you can get for $500, $600? Every time I heard about a Birkin, they're talking about $10,000+. But does Hermes sell Birkin bags for $600? Please let me know that in the comment section. I'm interested. But it seems like in this case, the bag is essentially the same style, and yet it's only $100 from Walmart, which is crazy to think that Walmart is selling clothes or bags for $100. But again, it's very similar in appearance. And even though, and I think we'll get off as we get off into the story, they're going to talk about, it's a subset of the law that's called trade dress. Now, we all know trademarks, where if you have if Walmart was selling these bags that said Hermes, that's trademark infringement. And if they were selling that, they'd be on the hook for it. However, with trade dress, which is a subset of trademark law, it still lasts forever, to the extent that you got trademark trade dress protection on your item. Trade dress is different from trademark in that trademark, although that protects a logo as well as a word, trade dress protects the ornamental feature or the ornamental look of an actual object. And again, to the extent that you can get trade dress protection on your item, it lasts forever. So just think of a Coca-Cola bottle, that's trade dress on that. It'll protect the ornamental look of the actual bottle. And again, Coca-Cola has that trade dress protection forever, as long as they're using it. And again, it's a similar thing with the Hermes bag and that trade dress. The trade dress protects the ornamental look of the actual bag, and to the extent that somebody copies it, then they can be on the hook for trade dress protection. Or is that the case? Let's take a look at here and see if it's a distinction that we can maybe pull out. Let's go.
It took down the bags after it sold out, but the dupe products might be in a gray area of the law. Consumer 10 talked to a consumer class action lawyer to explain why.
A knockoff looks like somebody's product. A counterfeit has the logoing, the emblems, everything down to a T. But this isn't that. There isn't Hermes stamped into the leather. Hermes isn't etched into the hardware. But boy, does it look like an Hermes bag. That gets you on the road as a junior brander to perhaps a trade dress claim.
Now, Karen says if Walmart gets sued over this, they could claim there was no consumer confusion because a reasonable person knows they can't get a real Birkin bag for under $100. Real ones are in the thousands or even tens of thousands. And if you now own one of these knockoffs, think twice if you want to resell it.
So, hey, look, let me stop you there. First of all, if you're trying to purchase a $100 bag from Walmart, and shout out to Walmart for selling out of the bag, that goes to show you it'll be interesting to how they actually market it. I know people are calling it the Wirkin, which I think is hilarious. Let me know in the comment section if you did get a Wirkin bag from Walmart, and to the extent that you did, do Walmart sell it as the Wirkin, or do they kind of advertise it or market it as a lookalike bag to the Hermes Birkin bag, or do they just kind of sell it as a regular bag and people, I guess, is making that identification that, okay, this is similar to a Birkin bag and therefore it's picking it up for $100. Now, again, like I said, obviously people kind of want the bag because I've maybe never heard of Walmart selling out actual kind of a purse or something to this effect. So people clearly think it's the Birkin bag. But as the gentleman talked about, if Walmart was selling these bags and they had Hermes on them, obviously that's trademark infringement. Now, the bag looks similar to the Birkin bag, and therefore you're in a trade dress realm and potentially trade dress infringement. But as the gentleman talked about, and as I'm going to even go a little bit deeper in, as an IP attorney, one of the defenses or one of the arguments that you can make to not be on the hook, whether it's for trademark infringement or trade dress for infringement, is the level of care of the consumer. Now, again, I'm not sure what people are looking at when they're looking at a Birkin bag. Clearly, I've never bought a Birkin bag and don't plan on buying one anytime soon. But if you're paying $10,000 for a bag, you better believe that you're going to take additional steps to make sure it's a real thing, whether you're going through an authorized dealer, whether you kind of know how the quality feel. Again, the gentleman commented under my Facebook post to say, hey, the quality, the type of leather, all that stuff is very obvious when you're talking about a real authentic Birkin bag. And I would imagine that this Walmart bag that's of a lesser quality at Walmart for $100, it doesn't have the same type of quality of leather. It doesn't have someone who is purchasing a Birkin bag, they will know that they will not get one of these things at Walmart. And knowing that type of care that a consumer of the Birkin bag will take, that can get Walmart off the hook for trade dress infringement. Again, if this was a bag, Hermes was selling these bags for $300-400, and now Walmart is selling them for $100. Hey, that's still kind of close to the point where you can't make that argument of the quality of care that a consumer will be taking to make sure this is the real thing. But you better believe if I'm paying $10,000-15,000 for a bag, I'm taking a heightened level of care to make sure that I'm purchasing a real thing. And I'm knowing that if I get a bag for $100, it's probably not the real thing. Or if I get a bag from Walmart, it's probably not the real thing. Or I'm going to take additional measures of filling the bag, touching the bag, scoping it out, just to make sure that it is the real thing. And I would know that, okay, the bag at Walmart that's being sold for $100 is probably not the real thing. So that's essentially the argument that Walmart is going to take. And I think they're going to be successful in that argument if I was a betting man. But again, two reasonable minds can differ. So who knows what the jury or the court will say. But let's kind of finish off the video here.
Now, if you bought one of these or bought 100 of these and you turned around and started selling them yourself, you could be in the same hot water as Walmart might wind up in on account of having committed this trade dress violation.
Now, we have reached out to Walmart asking why the product was pulled from its website. We have not heard back this afternoon.
But you do see so many similarities between those two, but there are other brands that make similar.
It seems like they're not talking about anything that important anymore. But I would imagine that Hermes at least sent them that cease and desist letter, and therefore Walmart like, okay, let's kind of pull this thing and let's figure this thing out. In a brand as big as Walmart, you would imagine that they had to think ahead of time that this could happen. So I would imagine that they're going back and forth with Hermes lawyers to say, hey, these are our arguments. The degree of care that a customer buying your bag, the Birkin bag for $10,000+, they would know that this Walmart Wirkin bag for $100 is not the real thing. And therefore, even if you try to sue us for trade dress infringement, we're probably going to be to come out victorious, because there is no trade dress infringement, because somebody who buying a Birkin bag will know that this Wirkin bag from Walmart, that's $100, is not the same thing. Hopefully you guys got that. Again, to the extent that you guys have bought a Wirkin bag from Walmart for $100, let me know in the comment section. Hey, is the quality there? Was it worth the $100? Were you buying it to try to get a Birkin bag? I would imagine that somebody who's buying a Birkin bag will not also buy the Wirkin bag, because again, if you can afford $10,000 on a Birkin bag, I would imagine that you're not buying a Wirkin bag. So I was going, it doesn't matter to ask, hey, is the same quality for somebody that has both bags? I'm pretty sure it's not the same quality. But to the extent that you bought a Wirkin bag, hey, how do you like it? Is it good? Is it bad? Are you trying to resell it? What was the reason for buying it? I'm curious, because I would never understand to try to buy a knockoff version or a lower quality version just to try to look like you have the real thing. But again, clearly I'm in a minority with this one. Walmart seems like either they have been sent at least a cease and desist letter, or a lawsuit may be coming down the pipeline here soon from Hermes. But I think they are going to be in good hands based on this kind of argument that they have for it not being trade dress infringement, because people who buy Birkin bags for $10,000 will know that this $100 bag is not the same thing. But again, kudos to Walmart, sold out the bag. It seems like they have something on their hands. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. I will see you guys next time. Peace.